You are watching the Wellness Hour Consumer Report. I'm Randy Alvarez. Today's topic, getting out of credit card debt. With us we have the CEO of Christian Credit Counselors, Greg McTaggart. Greg, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Randy.
You know, before we get into today's topic, and hopefully you'll give us some tools and techniques, some advice, but tell us about your company.
Christian Credit Counselors was founded by my father, who started in credit counseling in 1962 to help people get out of debt and realize that there's more to life than credit card debt. I mean, we struggle and we work and we lose our quality of life paying credit card debts. And it's just basically interest we pay every month. And we're trying to get out of debt and we're working harder and harder and we're spending more, but we're not spending it wisely. And all we're winding up doing is paying interest and spinning our wheels. So my father started in 1962 and I'm second generation credit counselor.
Is that right? And you say maybe your son.
My son just started. He started this year, and hopefully we'll get the third generation.
Now, why do you like doing this, by the way?
Well, it helps people. I've done a lot of things over the years, tried to help people in different ways in the financial field, real estate, mortgage brokering. It all leads back to the bottom line is being in debt and being mired by credit cards. Everywhere I try to help people, it always comes back to credit card debt and the interest you have.
Now, the estimates nationwide, how in debt are we?
Well, I mean, if you just read any article like the New York Times, I mean, the average person has $8,000 in credit card debt that they can't pay off.
Okay, is that a low figure based on the people that see you?
The people we see, that's a very low figure. I mean, it's anywhere from, $10,000 to $40,000 in credit card debt.
Is that right? $10,000 to $40,000. Now, you say a lot of these people. Now, this isn't just to avoid bankruptcy. Some of these people have great cash flow, but their spending is out of control.
Exactly.
Is that right?
They have terrific jobs, great cash flow, but I mean, every payment that they send in is just interest. And they always mean to, well, next month I'm going to send a little extra, or I'm going to make a double payment and pay down on that card. But life being life, we always pay the minimum payment.
Now, that $8,000 average, is that your experience or is it more?
Our experience, we found that it's much higher than that. It's anywhere from $10,000 to $40,000 the average person has in credit card debt alone.
Now, your website has a little payment calculator.
Exactly.
I mean, tell me about that.
Well, we tried to make it simple. You just type in two numbers, how much you owe, and what interest rate you're paying. And we try to show you an example of how many years it's going to take you to get out of debt if you keep doing things the way you're doing them.
Now, with an $8,000 credit card, according to your website, it's 43 years. Sounds like an exaggeration. Is that right?
Yes. I mean, the average credit card, typical, 18%, $8,000 credit card. If you make the payments every month, it'll take you 47 or so years to pay it off if you're never late.
Right.
Where if you use our method, we can get it down to 4 or 5.
4 or 5 years, and it's paid off.
Paid off,
okay.
In full.
And help me understand what you're doing. I mean, how does it work?
Well, basically, what you're doing, for the average person, is changing it from a revolving account to an installment account. So
okay, so credit cards are revolving accounts.
Correct. Credit cards are revolving accounts, which basically means...
And then you change it? You change the agreement with the bank or with the lender?
We work with your credit card companies to change it to basically an installment account where we take that credit card, we lower the interest rate down, and we set a set time period for you to get out of debt, 4 or 5 years, depending on how much debt you have.
Okay, now some of the people that go to you are in trouble. You say 2 and 3 months behind.
Exactly.
And according to your literature that I read, I mean, you're lowering their payments in many cases.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Our average person is behind on their bills. They're receiving creditor calls. They don't have all the money to catch up right now. They're making good money. Something happened. The car broke down. They got behind on a bill. And now they're receiving all these creditor calls. And now they have to come up with 3 months of credit card payments, maybe late charges. And that's where we get involved. We renegotiate with the creditors, we work with them to get your payments lowered, get the interest lowered, and help you get out of debt.
So you don't work for the credit card companies?
No, we work with them.
You don't get a commission from the credit card companies or anything?
Not at all.
Okay.
We work with them. They help support us because they see the value in helping people get out of debt because they're a business, they want their money back.
So you take the existing credit card, you come up with a brand new contract, you negotiate with the credit card company, and you turn it into where the payments are going toward paying off the balance.
So much goes towards interest, so much goes towards principal, and there's a set time period, maybe 4 or 5 years, to get you out of debt.
Well, why doesn't everybody do this? You think they don't know about it?
Exactly. Most people just don't know about it.
Sounds like a great idea.
Well, they're afraid. The only thing they know is there's a creditor calling them on the phone, leaving messages. They're getting notices in the mailbox, pay your bills. They don't know that there are ways out of this. There are so many misconceptions about credit counseling, about debt settlement, about refinancing your house, that people just don't understand.
Does this mess up your credit, though?
Not at all.
With this, I mean, does it show up on the TRW that they're in credit counseling?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
But there are companies that do that, is that correct?
It all depends on what type of situation you're in. We don't report to the credit bureau that you're in credit counseling.
Okay.
According to the credit bureau, Fair Isaac is the company that comes up with the standard and the rating system. They don't report that you're in credit counselors. Your credit report is a history of how you make payments, whether they're on time or late, and how much you owe.